Hi there everyone and welcome to my channel. I think this is the 46th video on the Toyota Alphard, and this one is on how to remove the trim from the middle section of the door of the car. So that's the sliding door, and you may have to do this if you've jammed the car, if the car door is jammed and you can't get access to it, open it, or if the little motor which opens the door initially has failed. So here you can see there's a lot of these little clips here, and there's a fantastic amount of insulation. And if you're thinking that you can get some more insulation in there, don't do it, because Toyota have really maxed this out on the insulation. If you're brave enough to give it a try, you may find that your door doesn't fit as well. Now, these little clips there, there's quite a lot of them. Make sure that they're all on the door. So when you do remove the door, make sure they're all on the door. If they're stuck in the bodywork, go in there and remove them with the trim remover and then pop them back in. So I'm going to show you how to remove this. So first things first, the door can be accessed from the inside and from the outside using the handles. But here you've got the little mechanism which a child protection switch stops the car inside door from opening. So in which case, if your door is jammed, you're going to have to only be able to use the outside door handle to release it. So in my case, I pulled this, nothing happened. So that led to me to understand I'm going to have to remove that inner door. So I'm going to show you how to do that nice and easily. So excuse the mess here, it is a bit messy. I've been working on this head unit as well at the same time. Do have a look at the video on that, how to replace the head unit. Now, here we go. So the thing to remember is when this jams, there's no way you can get into the vehicle. It's jammed shut. Okay, so both the inside and outside doors are not working. Now, this trim is held together just at the front here. I'm going to show you this little screw that goes in, little torque screw, and it just fits in there, and that is the only screw holding the entire trim together, and you can't get access to that because it's behind that little pillar. So we're gonna have to work around that. So let's close the door and let's work on it. Okay, so this little sheet here just protects from moisture and keeps everything out, but just ignore that just now. We'll stick that on later using a heat gun to soften it up, and just tab it on with a roller. So let's go back to removing the door. So the door has this huge amount of clips that you've seen holding all together, so it gives it a really difficult strength to remove. So we're gonna have to pull it away, and you can see you're gonna have to remove this little bit of trim here, gain a little bit of access, and it will also clear for the trim to move out the way. So just pull that little sealant out of the way, and that will just give you space. Now, right at the bottom, or if you put your hands right down under the bottom of the door, you'll feel a little space. That's where you get your fingers in and just pull back the trim. Okay, and you can pull the trim right up to this position here. So you're working from the bottom down up the rear side of the door, and then right up to the front. But you can now get further where all that those motors and wires are. And the reason for that is because I got that little grub screw, sorry, the little torque screw in the way. So we're going to pull it all the way back, and just pull the trim back here, shine a torch through. When you shine a torch through, you'll see the 3 cables here. Okay, now I'm terrible to remember which cable it is, but we're going to basically have to pull those, and one of them will just release that door enough for you to push it open manually. Okay, now do remember that when you push it back, you may not still be able to open the door, because the trim that you've pulled at the rear may jam up against the back quarter of the door. So make sure that your trim is not stopping the door from removing now. So that will open. Once you've done that, it just opens. Now you'll see me pulling the blue one here. I'm pretty sure it's the black one below, but as I said, similar thing. You just push it out as you saw me just do it, and just pull it. So push that out and just pull it, and that will open it. So that will get you nice and easy. Now the next thing is fitting it all back together again. You'll see all these little plastic bags, etc., the little plastic sheathing, etc. That all needs to go in nicely. Toyota just does a fantastic job, as I said, of putting this all back together. So that's what you're going to do, put it all back together. But this is a 20-year-old car, so there'll be a few things that you might want to do here. I just given this a little spray down with PTF spray. And see this little black thing there, the little black wire. Make sure that that is sitting right in, because if it's not, then that door will not open. Okay, make sure it's right in for it to activate the door. If it's just sitting on the edge, it's not going to do it. Okay, so make sure that's in. So as I said, a PTFE spray on that mechanism there. It's a 20-year-old car, so you want to try and make sure that when you're putting it back together, you just do little small things. I've given it a good wee clean as well from the inside, just cleaned up everything. And that again, I just pointed to that little wire that can just sit. That little black sleeve can just sit on that grey one, in which case, as I said, test your door before to make sure. So anyway, I'll pull back this as well, and you'll see that underneath it is an anti-vibration pad, which has gone really brittle over the years. So what I've done is just later on, I've put on a little bit of Dynamat just on there, heated it up, and again, make sure that it's going to sit there quite nicely and clear the window. If the window is coming down, make sure it clears the window. Okay, so here we go. This stuff's going to be heated to about 80 degrees, just metal, and you're going to soften up that sealant and just push it all back together again. I hope this is coming useful for you, this video, and I really hope this is going to make it nice and easy for you to just open that door. It's easy. Remember to subscribe. Oh, by the way, look at this. When you put the trim back, push it right up. Don't leave gaps like that. Okay, do subscribe to the channel, and as I said, there'll be a lot more videos coming forward.